That's it. We are here.
And there we
We're
are.
live.
It all begins again.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, obviously, since putting them in here, like, I haven't really seen them. But then, obviously, Rob gave me the other 9 that are in that one.
Yeah.
So it might even be a case of in like a year, 18 months, once this slot start maturing, maybe if I haven't pulled mature males out of this, it's time to then pull it apart, see what's in there.
Yeah.
And literally just rehouse the lot again, all back into said enclosure. Good evening, Adam.
Hey, Adam, how you doing, bud?
But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, what did you see my picture about my Sturmy in the chat?
Yes.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I was a bit like, because I started moving enclosures and stuff, and I was just casually doing stuff without even thinking, and obviously moving stuff off the shelf. Oh, I've been there, so. But other than that, all right today, so.
Yeah, not too bad, bud, thanks. Sorry to hear you've got COVID, though. That sucks.
Yeah.
Although, fingers
Yeah,
crossed, a lot of the strains that seem to be going around at the moment seem to be the milder strains that are a little bit more like just a really crappy case of the flu. So fingers crossed, it's one of those not super severe, relatively short-lived variants that you recover from rapidly.
But no, I was like moving everything off the shelf, and I was just throwing enclosures, not throwing, but you know what I mean. And next minute, I went to go and put it back, lifted the enclosure, and I was like, "You're upside down." Oh no! Just literally not a care in the world. Just oh. But no, she made it through then. Like,
good.
So that's another female in the here, confirmed female.
Yeah, that's definitely one that you well chuffed when you find out it's female as well.
Well, the biggest one was obviously my Subfusca Lowland.
Yeah.
Good evening, Sidex.
Hey, Sidex, how you doing, dude?
Evening, Stefan. Sorry, I didn't say hello. I know.
Oh, Stefan popped up as well. Hey, buddy. Sorry I missed you on Sunday, Sidex. We were supposed to be there, and unfortunately our babysitter let us down right at the last minute. Inconsiderate people having to go into hospital and have surgery. I don't think that's me.
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh dear. Clearly someone spotted that Tom's online and thought now would be a good time for a Facebook chat. Video call type thing. So how did your first show go then, Sidex? I saw your Instagram posts and stuff. It looked like you had a good day. Table looked good when you set it up. Awesome. I'm glad you had a good time, bud. So I understand you got something special planned for us tonight, Stefan.
So, Angel's phone was connected to the laptop. And she got a phone call and literally it come through on the speaker.
Oh, dear.
That was
Lucky
yeah.
it wasn't anything too personal then, really, wasn't it?
No, not really. If it's not one thing, it's another, isn't it? You know, internet normally. Now a phone call this week. Yeah, I did see his post Sidex about, like, you know, you're a little bit depressed, should we say, about going back to your daytime job.
Yeah.
He'll probably run by the time. Don't know if you'll make him out through the glass.
Oh, yeah, I can see him.
He now comes and sits out quite a lot.
He has made a right mess in there, hasn't he? I remember how nice and tidy that was when it was first done.
Oh, I know, yeah. Like I was saying the other week, it's literally he's just eaten away and just destroyed part of the polystyrene and pretty much, yeah. It's now just a waterlogged mess. But never mind.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll get there, Sidex.
Yeah, sometimes in order to do the things that we love doing later on, we have to do things that we don't necessarily enjoy doing to pave the way. Very philosophical.
We make sacrifices.
Yes.
Right, now I'm in a little bit of a dilemma.
Oh?
Well, I'm not really, but I am. Right. I'm trying to save for BTS, yes.
Yeah, we all know you're going to fail at this, so...
And this is where it comes into it. PTs have female fasciatas.
Oh.
It's the only pokey I don't have.
Why are you even questioning it then? Why is the order not in already?
Danielle wants a mature male agent.
Oh.
I have a mature male agent.
Oh, so there's an opportunity for a bit of swapsies going on here as well then.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about this, Tom?
Because
why is this deal not done already? It's the only pokey you don't have. It's a confirmed female, and there's a fair chance for just a little bit of cash and a bit of a swap, you can get rid of a, mature male Ageniculata, of which the space that will take up, that's another 2 arboreals you can fit in that space.
Yeah. Almost. But then it won't, because I'll probably just move the smaller female Agen into his, just so that she's then, she can make home of it then.
Yeah, I would have been an impulse buy for me. I'd have done that already.
But the thing is, she put out a post. Lo and behold, didn't see it till a couple of hours later. Messaged her, and I was like, blah blah blah. She's like, "Oh, I've got one sorted now." I was like, "Oh, that's a shame. Well, if I'd known, I could have come and just dropped it to you. I'd come in occasionally." Like, I thought I recognised the name. It's like, yeah. In the end, it's like, oh well, the last meal she did eat, so 2 is slightly better than 1, I suppose.
Yeah.
So, and good evening, Lee.
Hello, stranger. How are you doing, buddy?
So yeah, my impulse buys. I have the tank ready as well.
It's not an impulse buy anymore. Far too much thinking has gone into this for it to now be an impulse buy.
Well, when it comes to finishing the pokies, yeah.
Like I said, for me, that would have been a done deal by now. I would have been getting on the stream and saying, "Oh, guess what I've done."
Well, I know. I even come home and I was talking to Angel about it, and I was like, I don't know. She's like, well, why? Why? It's like, well, right. So tomorrow I'll message and I'll see whether or not they've still got it and go from there, really.
Yeah, bearing in mind, we're looking at probably one of the most difficult to get hold of species of pokey at the moment. That's not going to stick around for long.
I know, and this is what I was saying, is that everyone said, "Oh, fasciata's easy," and blah blah blah, and it's like, look, I've been looking for, I don't know, 6 months, 7 months almost, and I've been able to literally find everything else. Smithy, Hanamalus Mika,
Yeah.
I even found Highlands. It's like, but can I find a fasciata anywhere? Even Tigricelli I'm still seeing occasionally pop up.
Yeah. Well, mate, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Speaking of things that are meant to be and not meant to be, all the dramas that I had trying to get hold of a the name's just completely gone out my head. Just drawn a complete blank. You ever do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll come back to me in a minute and then I'll remember.
Yeah, and that was that.
Yeah. That's the one. There we go. The Hattie Hattie. How did that go out of my head? Just completely went. So obviously, I've had like mega bad luck every single time I've got one. Finally managed to source a sub-adult female, confirmed, decent size, beautiful looking thing. Went in and checked on her the other day. She's halfway through a molt upside down and got stuck and died.
Just how?
I don't know.
How?
Humidity was all good. Water dish was always full up. Plenty of food. Everything's all like, I am literally like just that one random genetic throwback from an egg sac that's got something wrong in their genetic structure that's going to cause them to die later on, and that's the one I end up with. I am not meant to, this is my unicorn species. This is the species I am just not meant to have. I've still got 2 little grown-on slings, little hattie slings. They're coming on nicely. They're large grown-on slings, small juveniles now. Haven't sexed either of them yet, so no idea what they're going to turn out to be. And they're coming along lovely, no dramas. But the confirmed female that I got, Oh.
Must admit, right, I've had mine for absolutely ages now. Not that one. Look in here. You just get it.
Yeah.
All right. This thing has been giving me so many scares lately, and I'm not joking. I found it in a death curl the other day or the other week. I found it upside down. I've found it literally like hanging by one leg. I don't understand this. It's a hattie as well. My other one's doing perfectly fine. My two slings are doing perfectly fine. This one, you know, pretty much juvie stage. Good 4 inches sort of size. It just wants to scare the shit out of me. Not by fret posing or nothing, just doing things. And it's exactly the same. You know, humidity's good. The water dish is always topped up. And when I found her in a death curl, I just literally gave it some water, and you know, next day there it is up on the side again.
Yeah.
I thought, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. See what Sidex has just said. That's serendipity, that, isn't it?
Was that the one that come with the full setup as well, Sidex?
I'm amazed that you didn't sell that at the show. See, I'm really tempted now, and there's a little bit in the back of my mind that's like, yeah, but Sod's Law says I'll buy it, and then 2 weeks later it will die because I'm just not meant to keep them, or it'll escape, or something different. But yeah, I'll give you a shout, Sidex. We'll have a chat about her. Don't worry about it. I've got plenty of enclosures.
I don't know. You just have to run their Sidex with it. Strap it to your back.
Oh. But yeah, couldn't believe that. And it's funny actually saying that. So it was actually Sunday morning that we discovered that she'd passed on. So actually saying that, even if we'd been at the show, I probably wouldn't have bought it because I wouldn't have known, because I wouldn't have been here Sunday morning. We were supposed to drive up to Barnsley on Saturday night, and obviously in the end we ended up not being able to go. So yeah, but yeah, very sadly, unfortunately. And again, it was another one that it was like, you know, like very, very early stages of molting. So when I noticed she'd been there for a while. So I left her for a bit, no progress or anything else. So now, you know, as you do, kind of 24 hours, no change, nothing's happened, no movement, no nothing. Legs have now started to sort of curl in a little bit. So it was all right. Okay, I'm gonna have to try and have a bit of a closer look. And yeah, she was like full on, totally like completely limp and floppy. And when I had a look at the carapace, it had like partially separated on one side, but not the other side. So it was like it started to go through like the molting process. The carapace had started to come away, but then she just didn't get any further. And again, like no shriveled abdomen, no signs of hemorrhaging through the process, no like signs that she may have fallen or anything like that. Just completely unexplainable. So yeah, I might have swore a little bit.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Kicking like empty boxes around the living room. Like, fucking not meant to have one of these, am I? Ah. So yeah, fun and games.
I must admit, I felt a bit like that with OBT slings to start with.
Yeah?
Yeah. Couldn't keep one alive.
Yeah, that's surprising because they're basically bomb-proof.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. I was like, exactly the same as you. I mean, obviously, even like the juvenile female that I got from Jaden on his 500 subscriber giveaway.
Yeah.
Could I keep that one up? But I've now got 4, and they seem to be doing perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. And good evening, Scott, and good afternoon, Moon.
Hey, Scott. Hey, Moon. How you doing?
No, OBTs are fine now, aren't they, Wayne? You know, you don't have to deal with them in your house, really.
Not this house. No. That's why we moved. Oh. So like, Tyler's not in to give me shit about that either yet. So
yeah, that's why I thought it was.
She'll never drop that. Literally, they'll never drop that.
That's why I thought it would be quite safe at the minute. You know, I hadn't seen her pop in yet, so. Yeah. Yeah, no, I say OBTs. I still think that one of the most impressive survival stories ever was an OBT that I had when I was living in Germany, and I think I've told the story on the chat before. But for the guys that haven't listened to it, I used to live in Germany, and my house in Germany had a basement, and I converted one of the big rooms in my basement into my spider room, so it was all heated. There was a shelving unit in there. There was like massive, great big 5-foot fish tanks that were separated into sections with their own individual lids and all that sort of stuff. So big, heavy, chunky fish tanks and stuff like that. And one of the spiders that I had down there in that 5-foot section in their own little cube of that was an adult female OBT. I went on a operational tour to Iraq, left my ex-wife in the house looking after everything. This was over winter in Germany as well, and we had a flood in the basement, which completely wiped out all the electrics. There was 2 foot of water in the basement, which meant the oil-filled radiators that were plugged in and all that sort of stuff all went out. I was on operational tour. She couldn't get anyone over to help lift like the big heavy tanks and stuff. All the smaller ones, she moved those into the house, but couldn't move the big tank. So there was only 2 spiders left in that one. One of those was a salmon pink, and the other one was a adult female OBT. I was away for this happened like a month into the tour, something like that, and I was away for 6 months in total. So after 5 months, I come back. It's now sort of May time, sort of April, May time. So all over German winter. German winters are cold and icy and snowy. Goes down into the basement to clean up all the damage that was left behind the water and all that sort of stuff, and sort out what I expected to be 2 dead tarantulas left in this tank. Went down, found the juvenile salmon pink that was in there, which sadly had passed away, and then went digging around looking for the OBT and couldn't find it. So in the end, after digging a little bit deeper and searching around and that sort of stuff, all of a sudden it fucking darted out from under this bit of like plastic plant that I had in the side of the enclosure, and somehow this crazy thing had managed to survive on its own with no special care, special treatment, nothing else, in what would have potentially been sub-zero temperatures throughout that entire time. And
actually, yeah, survived. I got back to a living, very, very pissed off OBT. Hey, Rocky Mountain Spider Freaks are in the house. How you doing, guys?
Afternoon to you. And if anyone just jumped in, that isn't honestly how you look after an OBT.
That's absolutely not. Obviously, that was exceptional circumstances. I was not in the country at the time, and yeah, that was a natural disaster sort of thing. That was just a survival story. So yeah, but absolutely blew me away that, and that was when I realised that probably of all species out there, they are probably the most robust and hardy species going in terms of adverse conditions and stuff like that. Which is why I absolutely knew when all of those babies that I had in the old house escaped that some of them were guaranteed to survive. Maybe should have, reported that or something. I don't know.
Just left a note on the door.
Yeah. Oh, by the way.
No, you just leave it on the inside of the door. So when they walk in, they don't see it. It's not till they leave.
Sadly, Side X, no. That's another one that's on my list of definitely have to get at some stage.
I'd like to, but I wouldn't like to.
Why?
Just because I don't like fossorials.
Yeah. They're stunning to look at, though.
Yeah, and this is why. It's like, the metallic colours on them, awesome, but cannot be bothered. I mean, I don't really own an awful lot of fossorials, to be honest. Even in everything that I've got, I think it's pretty much like the H. gigas is truthfully my only true fossorial, if you wish. I mean, I've obviously got like the Darlingis and stuff, but
yeah. But I mean, most of the Ceratogyros, even though they're technically considered fossorial, will live much more terrestrially.
Yeah, but that's it. They'll make sort of like a
heavy webbers, a bit like OBTs, really.
They'll make some sort of
whatever you give them.
And killer brackies are pretty much the same as well.
Yeah, yeah, and again, they're considered a fossorial species.
Same as most Harpacterias as well, I suppose.
Yeah. So yeah, my only two that really do definitely always burrow out of the way that you never really see. Well, three actually, surprisingly enough. So I've got the king baboon, the female king baboon. Without a doubt, it's probably my deepest burrower. I mean, that thing would keep going through the shelf, through the floor, and everywhere else given a chance. And
I forgot I've got one of them.
Yeah, no matter how much substrate you put in, it'll always go straight to the bottom. Ooh. See, that's another one I want at some stage, the Saba Blue.
My little one's still doing all right. It's a bit. But yeah, it's had like 2 molts now with me, so. Just, I don't know if I could quite stretch to an adult female just yet.
So just catching up with the comments.
Yeah, I've only ever had one sling of that Sidex, and unfortunately, it died in molt. I actually saw it it was only a sling, but sort of grown on sling. And that was like back for about 2 years ago now, I think.
Yeah.
And I can never pronounce that name.
What, the Penulculatorum?
Yeah. But then I suppose it was just exactly the same like when I was trying to pronounce the Hanamalua Samika.
Yeah, but this one's made out of two very English names and Aurum I put on the end.
I know, but it's just such a long thing. I mean, to me, Brachypelma originally was like, oh my, what? So.
Yeah, it is like learning a foreign language, to be fair. Well, technically, it's not technically, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
It's all a combination of, well, you got names and stuff like that, but it's generally the scientific names are combinations of Latin, Greek, all sorts of stuff. We've even got a bit of ancient Aztec thrown in there now, haven't we?
As if it wasn't enough, yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, it's bad enough. Like, you start learning a name, don't you? And then they change it.
Yeah.
Because Hatties now Omathymus, aren't they?
Are they?
Are they? I know they've changed. They're not, because they were. What were they? I can't remember.
Are you thinking of the Singapore Blues?
No, I'm sure the Sea Hatties now changed as well, and I know the Singapore Blues have changed to Haplopelma.
Have they?
Yeah, they're now Haplopelma von Worthy. Not von Worthy, Omathymus. No, because it's Omathymus showed.
So
Viloceps, isn't it? Viloceps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that now that's changed to Haplopelma.
Okay.
And it's same as the what is it? The orange tree spider that was these Laplopelma.
Yeah, so Lampropelma is now Omathymus. So what? Although, it's really weird. So you've got the Omathymus Shodatai, which used to be Cereopagopus.
Yeah.
Shodatai, and then you've got Lampropelma Vilocepes, which used to be, or which is now it's getting crazy confusing now.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's done this, unless they've now started to go back to looking at the original type specimens, and instead of just doing the visual comparisons, they've now started to do DNA matches, because that was one of the things that they were talking about a little while ago, was actually started to get into the nitty gritty of it and do proper DNA profiling on the original type specimens, compare it with current specimens to find out the correct genus they're supposed to sit in. And that all came about when they first started trying to clean up the Avicularia genus when it was in such a mess about 10, 15 years ago. And obviously, subsequently, there isn't that much in the Avicularia genus anymore. You've got the Avicularia, but a lot of the stuff that was in the Avicularia genus has now moved across to things like Carabena, Ibrapora, and stuff like that.
Yeah, as I say, they've also changed. It's the Pseudoclomorus gigas, or used to be about 18 months ago. That's now gone into its own special clarification now as well. That's its own genus.
Yeah.
It's still a gigas, but I can't remember what I think Spider Planet's got it on their website. So yeah, I mean, I can't keep up. I'm sure I've actually got, and it's still under my list as Pseudoclomoris gigas.
Yeah. Yeah, because what was the other one? It's gone now. The Tapinocenius.
Yeah.
Because that one bounced around all over the place and things were added and they were taken away and then they've been changed again and all that sort of stuff. And
yeah, because that's part of the orange tree spider.
Yeah, which is now the yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember.
That's right. So I don't ever remember Lampropelma and Amenias being considered as Poecilotheria. That must have been just before my time. But like I said, I got into this first of all. Yeah, well, it would have been 18 years ago now. Well, I first started keeping all my own about 18 years ago. But yeah, no, I remember with Theraphosa, you had Apophysis and you had Blondie, and then there was no such thing as Sturmai. Sturmai was considered to be a regional colour variant of Blondie. And then they reclassified it. I think in 2010 that was reclassified as a completely new species, and that's when Sturmai came about. Hey LJ.
Evening.
Oh yeah, definitely. That'd be really cool to read. Yeah, even with like some of the original baboon spiders and that sort of species. So I've got a rather rare, a couple of rather rare books that some die-hard tarantula hobbyists would potentially burgle my house for, given the opportunity. So I've got the complete reference guide to Theraphosidae by Andrew Smith, which was the original one that was not the newer one, but the one that was published back in, I don't know, the early to mid 90s, something like that. So everything in it's pretty much wrong. Everything's been reclassified 15 times since then. But it's a phenomenal book. But I've also got the original guide, Andrew Smith's original guide to baboon spiders as well. And he's got all the original like hand-drawn taxonomic records in it and everything else. It's a phenomenal book. Again, half the stuff in there has been reclassified since then. Yeah. So it used to be Tapinocenius gigas, which was the orange tree spider, and then they've now reclassified it to Pseudoclomoris.
And as I say, it's now been reclassified again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've obviously been watching stuff about tarantulas now for about 7 years, but only keeping for about 2.5. So, for me to sometimes keep up with stuff, it's a bit like, yeah, I'll get there, but I might still be using the old name for a little while.
Yeah.
Did see that they had a show special on them.
$35. That's not bad. Yeah. Apophysis weren't described at all. So actually, with Theraphosa apophysis, I thought the first taxonomical description actually describing them as Theraphosa apophysis was done in like 1991. I always remember there being the two separate species, apophysis and blondie. I don't know if any reclassifications were done with apophysis. I thought it was just the original one in 1991. I was just a wee lad back then. Yeah.
So you think about this now, like on how many times it gets changed. Just think about in another 10 years from now when we're going, I remember when Theraphosa was just 3 spiders, and now all of a sudden you've got 6 within the genus because
when they start discovering more things, and
yeah. Well, hold on a minute. This DNA is almost matching this one, so these must be.
Well, there's still the possibilities of naturally occurring hybrids and stuff like that as well. That and it does happen very rarely, but hybridization does happen in the wild. It's much more common in the hobby, with most of the time irresponsible breeders not knowing what they're doing, and also the mess that some of the genuses were in when people were selling them as advertised as various different things, and it turned out they actually weren't. Like, how many different versions of curly hairs are there, for example? The true Honduran curly hair. Then you've got the hobby form, which is basically nobody's really sure. Looks kind of the same, but don't breed with it just in case.
Well, that was like the male that I had, mature male, and it was like it turned up and just said curly hair on it.
Yeah. But then, so that could be a number of different things, because if you think about it, depending on what reference material you look at and that sort of stuff, the Phomictopus canceroides is described as a Haitian curly hair and stuff like that in certain circumstances. Salmon pinks are sometimes described as a salmon pink curly haired Brazilian fucking whatever. There's so many wacky, weird, common names that you can't really. I would never go by common names anyway.
But that's what I mean. Because what was it before? It was the Albiplosum. Was it? Is it something? Oh, I can't remember. No, because it was Brachypelma, wasn't it? Brachypelma Albiplosum.
Yeah.
And that's all. It just basically said B. albop, curly hair. And it was like, and literally molted once with me, and it turned out that it was mature male. But
yeah.
So it's just, when I'm looking at it, it's like, what do I do? I don't want to, I want to send it off, but I don't, because it's like, well. And then I'm thinking to myself, I even put it on Facebook. I was like, anyone want him? And then someone was like, yeah, I know. And I thought to myself, actually, I don't want to be this person that then sends a mail off, doesn't know what it is.
Yeah. Sidex, as you said there, like the Phomictopus genus can be a bit muddy at times. I'll be honest, it's not one that I know a huge amount about. I know some of the newer additions to the Phomictopus genus, but to be honest with you, like, a lot of my really, really crazy, super in-depth learning and all that sort of stuff stopped about 10 years ago, when everything just went crazy and they started reclassifying everything at a rapid rate of knots. And then it suddenly felt like what's the point in getting used to like this new genus or this new whatever or this new reclassification, because 3 weeks down the line somebody else has done another type specimen revision on it and it's now been reclassified as something else or synonymized with something else. It just drives you mental. I used to be really keen into it, and when you used to have the tarantula bibliography, when it was like an online thing that you could just use and just log into and go down, and they would have all the most recent papers, links to them, links to the taxonomical paperwork and all that sort of stuff. It was amazing. And the worst thing that ever happened, I think, with stuff like that was when they took the tarantula bibliography down. I mean, you've still got the World Spider Catalogue, but it's not quite as easy to navigate. I don't know. Do you guys know any really good online resources for keeping on top of taxonomical reclassifications and synonymizations and all that sort of stuff?
To be honest, all I do is I just wait for a mill to post on someone's post going, it's been reclassified to this now.
Yeah.
Other than, yeah, Emil seems to be the guy that literally knows every new reclassification going. So
not arachnoboards. No, I don't do arachnoboards. To be honest, a lot of those forums and stuff that used to be really good are not so great anymore. You know, since social media took off a little bit more and things like Instagram and YouTube have become much bigger, Facebook's become much bigger. The online forums now don't really have the same level of traffic as what they used to have. You eating sour cherries there?
yeah.
Jealous. Oh, 2 seconds, back in a sec.
But then with saying stuff like that, you know, I mean, personally, I've seen it on Facebook that sometimes it might be better to go back to the arachno boards because Facebook can be a little bit on edge sometimes. And I know, you know, from what I've heard, should I say, that things like arachno boards and there's other bits that you can do, obviously, on there, that they weren't too bad. You generally had pretty friendly conversations with people. Paper books are the best. Who uses paper books anymore, Scott? What, to like rest stuff on or what? Yeah, I know, Scott. Yeah, you're always going to get people that want to move over and cause chaos. But I know, Scott, I found out something interesting about the Arcadia Lights, actually, that was actually on one of the tortoise groups that said that, I mean, obviously it's, you know, quite self-explanatory, but I mean, when you buy a tube UVB light, basically, the center is the best UVB source from it. So if you have like an animal that basks underneath a heat lamp, you should have your heat lamp in the center of the UVB. I'm sure paper books nowadays are pretty much just kids' school books, aren't they? Because they haven't managed to move over to laptops. Yeah, well, I was being a bit of a thick and dumbo person, wasn't I, Scott? As usual, and didn't think about it. And when I set up my tortoise table, I had the heat source at the end of it.
Sorry about that. I needed to get a refill of caffeine.
Yeah, disgraceful. But no, I think it's more just because where I sort of, with my crested gecko tanks, obviously I did originally have a UVB at the front and heat lamp at the back. And I think it was just a natural thing just to sit at the one side of it rather than having it in the centre. Talking about UVB strip bulbs.
Speaking of strip bulbs and stuff, have you formulated a plan for your new lighting system yet?
I have been looking. I'll send you something over quickly. I was looking at. All right, ignore the price because that's like I've sort of done it for like I think it's 10 I've put it for just so that I could then put it on my sort of watch list. But I was looking at those as my little.
All right, okay, your little junction boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yes, they're good. I take it that £27.95 is the price for 10.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. They're very heavy duty.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, they're
full on outdoor, waterproof, and everything.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I know it's going a little bit sort of overkill if you wish.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking, if I end up putting them on the inside rather than the back side of the racking, like I'm going to have to, if, say, for any instance, I decide that I want to spray the enclosure when it's on the shelf rather than taking it down.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I know it's only a
overspray.
Yeah, I know that it's only a slim chance that it's ever going to happen because generally I do like spot spray, if you wish, and I'll just
better safe than sorry.
But if it's going to save the lights and save the electrics, then why not?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Like I say, better safe than sorry.
I mean, I know that you can find cheaper ones than that, but even the cheaper ones that I found on eBay, they were just basic round things, but then you put your wires into.
Yeah.
And to be honest, those were like only about 50p cheaper than these things.
Yeah.
So I thought for, the extra. And obviously when you do them, it's that you can get them on like, if you buy, I think it's 5 or 6 of them, you get like 15% off or something.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what? But end of the week, I'll probably end up ordering them, order up the new lights, order up the wire.
Yeah. Be a fun little project for you.
Yeah. And then everything lit up like it's a total eclipse. Walking in as if you need sunglasses every time. But no, you know, originally, like I said, I bought these under cabinet lights that do all right at night time with the red light on, but during the day they're just no good for plant growth or anything. You don't even notice they're on.
No.
I've just noticed my Caribbean Versicolor, the one that I got from Rob, is literally 2 legs sprawled up on the cork bark behind it and face dived into its water bowl.
Oh. Very thirsty little thing then.
Okay. For everyone else. Yeah. All I spotted with these 2 legs, and I thought, where's the rest of it? And this is why we always say to keep, water bowls topped up. Well, I must admit, even Verses, I have found that they do like a little bit of moisture. Not silly amounts, but just enough.
Yeah. That's looking good, Scott.
Well, now that I've found out that my Sturmey's a female, I think I'm going to put her over into the original Balf communal fish tank thing that I had.
Yeah.
And I'm going to plant something for her.
Yeah. Whatever it is that you put in there, you need to make sure it likes a lot of water.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I know. And I mean, that's not too hard, really. I mean, I might even put a bromeliad pup in there yet. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the problem is, as well, I know that in like about 2 molts, all of a sudden it's going to be like this big, and it's like you've outgrown this thing. You know, I moved it out of its original one, put it into, I think it's like a 3 or 5 litre sort of rub, basically. Yeah. And I thought, oh yeah, that's fine. It's molted once. It's like you need movement again. It's but why? Just can't you be like a Brachypelma and just grow like this little bit at a time?
No, see, that's what I love about Theraphoses is they just
so
grow
much.
so much in between each molt. And it's amazing as well. If you're ever lucky enough to keep all your molts from like the first little one right the way through, and you just see how much bigger they get. They don't really start reducing in size until they're pretty much like just before they're fully grown, and then it's like they'll get a centimetre or so bigger each time. But before that, they pretty much, it's like double in size, add 1/3 in size, and so on and so forth, right the way up. It's phenomenal to watch them grow. Pamphobetus are the same.
Yeah. But that's it. My Pamphobetus done exactly the same thing. I put him or her, I don't know yet. I should have tried to sex the last molt, but
yeah.
Like I said before, lately, up until this point now, it's just sort of like I've just gone, you know what? I'll just let them grow, and then they just turn out to be whatever. I'll take the surprise and hit on it. If it matures out, it matures out, whatever.
Yeah. I've got two Pamphos, both are female. One's a Pamphobetus ultramarinus, and the other one is a Pamphobetus antinus.
And I've got a Pamphobetus mascara and a Pamphobetus Nigricolour.
Nigricolour.
That's the one, yeah.
Or Nigericolor.
Yeah. I can never pronounce it properly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the other one I've got.
Yeah.
And that one's bigger than my mascara at the minute.
Yeah. That's going to be a big, mean,
sort of size.
Big, mean, jet black, velvety beast when it's fully grown. That Nigericolor. That's what when
I suppose if it's female, yeah. I mean, at the minute, it's got all sorts of patterns and colours on it.
Did you ever hear the legend of the chicken spider?
Yeah.
So yeah, this was something, and I'm pretty sure it started on something like Arachnoboards or something like that. About finding a enormous species of Theraphosid that were just huge jet black velvety things that lived communally as a group, hunted communally as a group.
Yeah.
And like used to run off with farmers' chickens and stuff like that out in South America somewhere. And these legendary chicken spiders. And every so often one pops up, and it's usually the spider shop. And it will always be a male. Never ever seen a female anywhere. It's always a male. And that's the Pamphobetus Arana Poito.
Yeah.
Which stands for chicken spider. The Pamphobetus chicken spider. But actually, if you go into a lot of the research and everything else behind it, the area that they reckon that they discovered them in and the type of species that they said they were, it was the Pamphobetus nigericolor that they said was possibly the true origin of the chicken spider story. And here we have Stefan.
Oh, look who it is.
Hey, dude.
Can we hear me all right?
Yeah.
Big.
You on your own, or are we getting Scott joining too?
I don't know. Scott?
Scott,
What are you doing?
Scott, what are you doing? You're supposed to be doing this challenge with Stefan.
Oh, he's not going to be doing this one.
No? Oh, it's supposed to be doing a challenge with Stefan.
And not the one that you mentioned in the chat earlier, our chat.
No.
The...
I know we're past the watershed now, but I don't want to see that. Like I said in the chat a little while ago, there are some things that just can't be unseen. No, I don't know. No, I don't think Scott's coming. Says you're on your own, dude. Fucking friendship, that, innit?
Next time. Next time.
So what delights have you got in store for us tonight?
Keep it invert related. It's got chocolate scorpion in it.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah.
Why do you look nervous?
This one has a bad reputation in the chili community.
In what way?
It's not a nice challenge at all.
You have to like shot it through your eyeball or something, do you?
No, it's just the chocolate scorpion in it, apparently. It's not very nice. And there's been a lot of bad things said about the V2. V1 was alright. V2, had a lot of shit said about it. V3 was just delicious. And V4 was, it's like a Christmassy one.
Okay.
But yeah, V2. Well, I put it off for so long. Tonight.
Is this the one that's supposedly made with like a concoction of the scorpion venom and all this sort of stuff?
No, that's an actual sauce. But it was tarantula venom. The hot sauce made of, and it was stomach paste. I can't remember what one.
Yeah, we're probably not going to be in for long, but
Hey Scott, how you doing?
Scotty
okay.
Scott.
just been off with a little bit of issues.
Oh,
So,
what's happening?
I'm just got a bug or whatever
Oh,
to not be too
Leave me
graphic.
hanging, you've got to do stomach hot.
Pardon?
You can't leave me hanging, you've got to do stomach hot.
I just had roulettes on my spag bowl.
That's not on camera. Come on.
there's now like a bit of peer pressure, is there?
What did I just say? Can't believe you're making me do this.
No one's twisting your arm, dude. Ooh,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
this?
Come on. Come on, at least get a package.
Not just a death squad.
Get your one chip out.
I've got 3 death squads here. I'm going to suck them for the duration of your challenge.
Get your one chip.
No. I don't have a set up to do it, so it wouldn't count.
Just use the stream footage. That's what I do.
Yeah, but I don't have a table
Well,
set up or anything.
Oh, down they go.
I'm sucking them.
For any of you wondering as well, Adam in the chat is a very, very good friend of mine who he attempted a Heart of Fire with me,
Okay.
and we were like under 30 seconds away, and yeah, it decided it didn't want to stay in the stomach.
Oh,
can't believe you're making me do hot stuff while I've got the shit.
So if
wow.
all of a sudden, like, the camera drops and Scott disappears,
We know why.
Yeah.
It's not today he's got to worry. Today he'll be fine. It's tomorrow.
They're hotter than I remember.
What colour did you have?
All three of them.
Well, 3. I only gave you 2.
No, you gave me 3.
I gave you 3 gummies, but 2 colours.
Oh.
Right, so who's actually in the chat? Is it only Adam?
Hang on.
I don't know if
I need to go.
James
Yeah,
and Danielle.
I need to go. I'll
I
see you in
need
a
to
bit.
Bye. See you later, Scott.
That's coming out.
Yeah, we had LJ, Sidex, James, Danielle.
Well, the little box up at the top at the moment is saying we've got one viewer. One lonely viewer. Which I think
more
is
people
probably-
got to see stuff, but
To be fair, though, as we generally don't know what's happening at the moment week to week, I've not been super vigorous about sharing it and preparing, putting posts out and stuff like that.
No, neither have I, really.
I'm getting sympathy heartburn for Stefan already.
it actually sounds really nice. You've got 48% chocolate scorpion, so close to half the bottle is just going to be pain.
Yeah.
It's approximately 50 grams, so that's about 4 to 5 pods per bottle.
Huh.
So that's going to be fun. But yeah, you've got apple juice, lime juice, sugar, and salt.
Okay. Is that it?
So
That's
apple juice, that's it. You've got chocolate scorpion, apple juice, lime juice, sugar, salt.
okay.
So picturing it in my head, it's going to be a kind of sour apple.
I think, if I'm honest with you, given the quantity of chocolate scorpion that's in there, you are not going to taste the apple. Not straight away. Maybe when you burp in 2 hours' time, there'll be a slight hint of apple in it.
Maybe it was a vegetarian scorpion and only fed on apples.
The lime might cut through a little bit,
Mm.
so you might get a bit of a zesty citrus. But I think given the quantity of that and the fact that there's no garlic, ginger, no other like additives or anything else, I think the real flavour of the chili is going to shine through with this one. It's going to taste something.
I've had a bowl with me as well.
Yeah, it's going to taste something like that chili mash that I made, but without the garlic and ginger.
Mm.
I've definitely got to make some more of that.
Adam's the one
you
that
can't-
tried the sauce as well.
Yeah. What did you think of the sauce, Adam?
It was a while ago.
Well, it's a good way to find out if it was good enough to stand out in his memory.
I'm still going through my last bit of V3.
He's like, how have you still got that?
Want to see my hot sauce collection?
What hot sauce collection? Is it not just a row of empty bottles now?
No, I've got, hang on, let me join on my phone.
Yeah, I must admit, my sauce collection used to be like that, but I'm trying to venture out into things new. Okay.
Oh, Stefan's like popped up a second time.
Hang on. I don't know.
Ah, it's a ghost.
It's like the action cam footage, isn't it?
Right. Look, he's done that many chili sauces now. Look, he's disappeared from the sofa. Dun, dun, dun.
Nice.
And I'm back. Like 9, 10, 11, I think. I don't know. Too many. Well, I never say too many.
That's a little bit too much information there, Scott. Thanks for the mental imagery.
3 people, Adam, Scott, and me, maybe? Does it count if I'm watching as well?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It only says 2 viewers in my box.
Yeah, now it's good too.
There you go. I'll put it on my phone as well to add an extra one. I don't want to look at this photo. Well, it looks like a lot of chili sauce bottles,
Oh, okay.
just without like.
Yeah, Scott's got a
right.
bigger collection than me.
His last mention of being sat on a toilet, I was like, he's not sending photographic evidence, surely. Holy crap, that's quite a collection.
That's still downloading for me. I can't see it yet. There we go. Yeah. Puts my collection to shame.
You notice how like almost all of those bottles are still sealed and unopened though.
Mm. To be honest,
That's mental. Mental.
Yeah, as I say, I went a bit like that with my hot sauces. It was literally like the bottom drawer of the fridge was just hot sauce. I thought, I can't keep doing this. There's only so many I can fit in there. I'll have to use them.
Keep showing her pictures of other people's collections. It's like, I seriously don't have that many. Look at that collection. Look at that collection.
Is this just because you're limited on your collection of tarantulas? So, you make up for it with hot sauce bottles?
It's not the chili stuff, it's the tranches. If it's not the tranches or chili stuff, it's the bike.
Yeah, some good encouragement there from Adam.
Hearing himself up. I hope so.
Just getting comfy, feet back, like sit back, put my feet up, enjoy the show.
You just stare at it all night.
Do you know what? You stare at it as much as you want, dude. It's not going to pour itself.
What's that? And quickly put a hairdryer underneath your face to get yourself all like, you know. Oh, look. Look, just looking at the bottle.
Oh. He's really not looking forward to this one, is he? As he secretly swaps the contents of the bottle off camera.
Magic. Sleight of hand, honest. Well, no one could see you, but yeah, okay. Yeah, I could see that one being, you know, quite a good challenge for a lot of people, really. Just staring at a bottle and going, looks hot. Yeah, that's me done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still
Do you want to smell it? Oh, no. Just
still the most hideous experience I've had with hot sauce was making that last batch of V3.
I don't know. The most hideous thing was this thing.
Oh no, that just tastes like crap. That's the difference with that one. It's just horrendously bad. It tastes like crap. That was Tom's bottle of the bomb hot sauce.
I've still not tried it.
I think heat-wise, mate, I don't think it would really do anything for you now.
No.
Taste, like,
it's just a taste. It's just that I would rather go over to Scott's house right now and lick his arsehole. It would probably taste better.
I want to keep this in. Jeez. Yeah, I have heard nasty stuff about the bomb.
I mean, I've still got some of this one here as well.
Oh, that gipping stuff that James sent you.
Oh, what was that?
The 4 million Scoville thingy one.
44 Magnum. Can't remember what the brand is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ended up everywhere.
Yeah, that melted on top of my cupboard.
Yeah, no,
It looked like someone had chopped their finger off by the time I got the post.
Yeah, no, like I was saying, still the worst experience I've had was accidentally sticking the spoon in my mouth after making that last batch of sauce.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
It was just, I was just so completely unprepared for it.
That's it.
Just like, it's different when you gear yourself up and you know it's going to be bad and you can prepare yourself for it. But when you're in your own little fantasy world in your kitchen and you're stirring your chili mash, you know, after the 4th day of fermenting, and then you think to yourself, oh yeah, that looks about good, and you tap the spoon on the edge of the jug like you normally do when you stir in any kind of sauce, and instead of putting the spoon in the sink, you put it straight in your mouth, and you're like, oh, why did I do that?
Just doing the taste test.
Yeah. And that was basically, at that point, it literally was 15 Reaper pods, a bunch of bird's eye chilies, some habaneros, and a couple of other different species of chili that were a little bit smaller. The 15 Reaper pods were plenty enough on their own. And then onion, garlic, and ginger, and that's all it was. There was no dilution, no nothing. It was literally just that all blitzed up into a paste. That was not pleasant. And it wasn't necessarily so much how hot it was either, because the heat of it wasn't so bad. It was how long it carried on burning for.
Yeah.
It just did not go away.
Mm.
I tried to man it up to start with, and it was not. I can't do it. So I grabbed a bottle of milk out the fridge. There was about a half a pint left in the bottom of the bottle. That was gone straight away. And then I was walking around the house with my tongue out, going So the missus had to go to the shop and buy me more milk. And I was still in clip when she got back 10 minutes later.
Trying to figure out.
And then you went and tried that batch of like pure chili paste, and it was absolutely fine for you. You had no dramas with it whatsoever.
Got room to run to your bowl if I need to.
Sweating from nerves already. Everyone's like pure like apprehension watching.
I think we need to like make them like a bandana, just to like keep it all.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Let's do the whole
get me logo on it.
Spotlight thing. There we go.
It's happening now, I guess. Yeah.
He's like, oh, I thought I had another half hour yet.
Stefan doing extreme style. Swallow it in one bottle and See, with this challenge, there is 2 ways to do it. You could do 2 shots with a 3-minute afterburn between each shot, or you can do the whole bottle, got a 4-minute afterburn, but you get 1 less point.
Yeah, I was going to say doing the whole bottle in one hit probably sounds like the easier way to do it. So it's down to you, dude. It's your show now. How much is that extra point worth to you?
Yeah. Right. You make that out?
Yeah. You can just about see the countdown. Although not now, because your name's right over it.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'll just hold the phone. Jesus Christ. All right. Disclaimer. Why am I so nervous? Not like
You must have done worse than this, surely.
Well, yeah, last time I did 13 million total. Extract. That was in the challenge. This one's just like a 5-score pool. Come on. Get your head together.
This isn't. There's no additional extract in this either. This is just.
No.
This is just the chilies. This should be easy.
Right. I'm going to do shots. Because at least if I do one shot and I can't keep the second one down, I'll still get 2 points. And I'd rather do that than out the whole bottle. So, can I remember it? Oh, bloody dog. Right. Are we ready?
Ready
Am I
when
ready?
you are, buddy.
Right. I, Stephen Harris, I'm over 18 years of age, a sound of mind, and I've read and understood the hot sauce product disclaimer on the League of Fire website. In summary, I accept that the League of Fire, their suppliers and manufacturers, will under no circumstances be responsible for, liable for, any claims of injury or damage arising from me consuming this product or multiples thereof. I acknowledge and agree with the fact about question. Dude. Alright, there's no turning back now.
No.
Bottle's cracked.
Oh.
Yeah.
Feels ugly. Shut it up. Crap, she's getting head with cup.
Should have done that.
We all do it though.
Habit.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go for the half and half, are we?
I'm doing half and half. At least if I can do this. Keep it down. Even if I do the second one and it's got to come out. That happened with a V4, so. Right. I'm out. 3 minutes.
Yeah.
No, it's not. What are you doing? Oh, I'm shaking. I can't see the chat, so if anyone says anything, I know. Pop it up.
Yeah, Roger.
Good health. And the 3 minutes has started.
Along with pain.
Looks like it's trying to make a reappearance already. Scott says if you don't keep it down, he's going to rub Reapers in your eyes.
down.
Good effort, dude. You got this.
No, Scott says become the chili.
Be the chili.
Wax
Adam
on
says you got
chili.
this, man.
Wax off chili.
I have got the bar. I'm not just sitting on the floor.
Yeah, no, I got that. Don't focus on that. Don't focus on the feeling. Breathe. Deep breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth.
Which sometimes at that point in time is worse.
Expand at your chest and not your stomach as well. So when you breathe in, don't expand at your stomach. That will put pressure on it and that will make you throw up.
Right.
I think that's it. We're down to our last 15 seconds now. There we go. 3 minutes done. Round one. That looks like I don't want to fucking do this.
I just don't want what happening with the what happened with the V4 happening with it.
What? Second round came straight up.
Oh, the first one down all right. Second shot went down, and it was like a minute to go, and everything just gets done for one,
Ooh.
and it comes straight back up. But as long as I stay on camera, don't have any drink. I don't know. I know that's at least 2 points.
Is there a time limit you've got between the two shots?
I'm not sure. Usually, you just get it done straight after. Oh,
As much as everybody wants the entertainment value and everything else, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it looks like maybe you need to call it a quits now. Because you look like you are in clip, buddy.
yeah. No, I'm done.
Nah. Yeah. Fair play, man.
Take the victory when you can.
Hey, still a win.
This is it. It's you manage your 3 minutes. So no.
We seem to be experiencing some technical difficulties. We'll be right back after this message. Kids, don't do this at home.
Honestly, for all you under age of 18 that watch this or rewatch it back.
First of all, you shouldn't be. Secondly, over to Tom.
No, I'm bound. I'm sure there's got to be, some people just about turning 18 or a little bit under that probably watch some of these videos. Maybe not mine, but
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, do you know what? Some of the conversations might get a little bit like crazy at times, but nothing on here is particularly X-rated.
not really.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Good evening.
How are you this fine, wonderful Tuesday evening? And did you catch the little exhibition that Stefan just put on for us?
Is it raining where you are, Stefan? Or have you just had to go and dip your head?
I say it in the politest way possible. I just had to purge. Wow, that is no joke. Shit.
See, that the Scoville counter doesn't really mean very much, does it, with stuff like that? Because that was about as natural as you can get.
Oh. I would have never kept that second half down. No, thank you. What are we saying in chat?
Well, I'm sure we all know a lot of people that would just look at that bottle and walk away.
Smells like burning. Keep it down. Keep it right. Yoda drinking hot sauce. Elvis has left the building. Great time for nature in a bottle to join.
Sadly, if you look a bit further down, they completely missed it.
Seriously?
Yeah.
When Steph and I did the heart, I was in fetal position on the sofa for the rest of the day. Kept apologising to my wife. I know I can't lose the time state.
I'm sure. Oh, I suppose it's only if you've been watching it, isn't it, that you could rewind the stream.
No, I think you can skip back. Doesn't matter what point you join. I think you can skip back a bit. So you could skip back.
You can still rewind it. That if I go on the phone, I can.
Yeah, there we go.
And he says, I don't want to rewatch that. I found it, but.
So have we found the worst so far, Stefan? Yeah.
This is no joke. I don't know what I'm going to do with that other half now.
I reckon Scott should do it next week.
Scott, you want to try the other half? Like, obviously, you can't do it for points, but I'm not going to be switching it out for anything because I'm going to be putting it on the shelf. And that's where it's going to stay.
Oh, there you go. He says, can't wait to try it, Steph.
Oh, sweet. All right.
I suspect that was meant in the most sarcastic manner.
No, I'll put it in the fridge.
Scott, be like that? I wouldn't believe it.
You'll have to explain this one, Steph.
Sorry, I can barely see. I've gone funny. What did he do a shot of? Well, Nature in a Bottle. I don't know when you joined, but if you know me and you know my hobbies, you know that I enjoy chili. And there's a lovely, lovely company out there and an organisation out there called the League of Fire. And the League of Fire makes challenges, and this one I've just done
2 seconds,
is
I'll be
version
back.
2. I'll read out the ingredients for you again. Chocolate scorpion chili, 48%. Apple juice, lime juice, sugar and salt. So basically what I've just done a shot of is approximately about 2.5 chocolate scorpion pods, bit of apple juice, bit of lime juice, and sugar and salt. These challenges are no joke. They are not for the faint-hearted. They are not for anyone that, how do I say it? No serious heart condition, whatever, like that. And yeah, just a mouthful of pain, really. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah.
But they are world ranked, and what I've just done is 2 world ranking points, all World League. I am currently, I will tell you what position I am. League of Fire. Wow. Oh, give me a minute, dog. I am, no, I don't want to go on there. I am 80th in the world for League of Fire Cheating Champions, which I completely forgot I put up there, but that is there. So, but after these points will be added and a Hacky One Chip challenge has been added to my table, I will be 45, 46, 47, 48, 48 points, which will put me joint 78th position.
Good effort, dude. And that's 78th position in the entire world, just to clarify, yeah? That's
There
a
is
fraction of a percentage.
460 placed as well. How do I put it? There's two tables, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, counting. 5 pages of people that have only got 1 point, and each of them is joint 460th in the world. But there is well over 460 people on these tables.
Yeah.
Like there's 20 people per page, so that would be, I don't know.
6 pages, 120. So 6 pages of 20 people, 120 people.
There's 28 pages. And yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 on the last page. But yeah, there's about 20, 21 people maybe on each page, let's say. But maybe close to 1,000 people that have signed up to League of Fire to put their world ranking points in
It's good effort, man.
on top 100. And sorry, I'm missing chat. What are people saying? Anyways, take care, Adam, if you're still here. I'll message you in a bit. The alcohol sounds better. Oh, don't know, maybe. Scott, where are you? You know where Scott is.
I'm guessing alcohol sounds better than doing chili challenges, but
yeah,
you know,
I think that's where they were getting at with that. I'm in agreement with that one.
Now, how many points would you get for doing a bottle of Jack?
I need to blow my nose. This is gonna burn.
Do either of you guys do either of you guys drink bourbon?
Yeah,
Drink
occasionally.
Have you tried Red Stag by Jim Beam?
Yeah, the black cherry one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a bottle of it sat on top of the fridge.
I've recently made my own version of that.
All right.
A black cherry bourbon, a black cherry infused bourbon.
Really nice.
It's come out amazing. It's better than Red Stag.
Yeah, the
But
Red
it's
Stag.
dangerous. Dangerous stuff, Red Stag.
Yeah.
And you don't mix it with anything. Literally, over a little bit of ice is the only thing is acceptable to drink that with. And the problem is, it goes down far too quickly.
Oh,
It's quite easy to sit down and just sip away at that stuff. And before long, 2/3 of a bottle is gone.
Yeah, Scott's 159th in the world.
Cool.
My aim is top 50. But
Well, you're not that far away from there now, are you, to be fair?
no, not really. And the point, if I've added the points up right with the challenges that I've got upstairs, I'll be close. I think I'll be about 55, 56. But not far.
What's like
So you got no easy
biggest-
challenge that you could just do at the minute, you know, just to top up an extra couple of points.
I've got,
not after that, no.
this was probably the worst challenge I had, so I'm glad it's done. I've got a V1 chug, V4 chug. I've got 2 Rummy Bear endurance challenges. They're quite hard. I've not done it yet, but from what I've heard, they're quite hard, but it tastes really nice. And I've got some Reaper Bears as well. Which,
Reaper Bears.
yeah, they're made with like a Carolina Reaper sauce that's got 9 mil extract in. And another slammer as well. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, Scott says, do a slammer. Do a slammer now. Now, bitch, slammer.
Scott, I'd have done a slammer if you'd have joined me and done a one. Yeah.
Ah,
That one.
that's it. Call him out.
Or Scott has a bag of Reaper does as well. So, Scott, next week, what about, no, not next week, the week after, if I'm up for it, how about we do, let me know. I'm on a chilly break. Well, it's 2 weeks' time, but 2 weeks to decide.
Yeah, you would have got over this one by then, I'm sure.
Scott's like, nah, I'm on a chilly break.
Guys, I didn't get that last shot down. The last shot down.
So what's
It wouldn't-
what's the highest points challenge on that board?
9.
And what do you have to do for that?
You've got right. You've got the Killer Queen chug, which me and Scott did, which is a shot 4 minutes. That was 2% 9 million Scoville extract.
Yeah.
But that was a stinger, and that was a proper burner. That's 9 points. You've got the Death Nut 3.0, which is 5 bags of peanuts. I do have a box upstairs, but I've already opened it and tried the peanuts, used it as a tolerance builder. Because I've never been able to do the full challenge on my own. It is a 1 person or 2 person. You can get 4 points for doing it 2 people, or 9 points if you do it on your own. It's
Okay.
1 through 5 packets of peanuts. Starting off is just, it's already insanely hot, but it builds and builds and builds and builds, and then the last one is like double, triple doses of everything, plus 16 million capsaicin crystals. I'm pretty sure there's another 9 point challenge as well. Might be a Nemesis bar, which second. But I don't think I could. A ½ pound of chocolate eaten in one sitting, I don't think I could do it.
No, I don't think I could do that if it was just normal chocolate.
Yeah, even if it was just normal bar of chocolate. Yeah, the Nemesis bar is 9 points per bar, and that is, where is it? A ½ pound chocolate bar cut into 8 squares. You have 2 minutes to eat each square. You cannot start the next square until the 2 minutes is up. Complete the 8 squares. So what's that? 16-minute challenge. And that contains it is dark chocolate with toffee bits and Carolina Reaper.
Oh,
But it's 4 times hotter than the Moab bar. Moab is dark chocolate infused with Reapers and ground scorpion.
that
I
sounds.
think they said it was something like 32 Carolina Reapers crammed into this ½ pound of chocolate.
So just a handful then.
Just a few.
It's not really chocolate.
Doesn't say
It's just
on
compressed.
the-
Just compressed Reaper paste formed into chocolate bar shape.
It's like a bounty bar.
A little bit of cocoa powder for dusting, like.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's a bounty bar, isn't it? You get that little minuscule bit of chocolate across the top of it, and then inside it's just Reaper.
Oh. Oh. So we're building up to those challenges then, yeah, Steph?
No, I don't think I could ever do, like you say, even a half-pound bar of chocolate in one sitting, even if it's not got the chilies in it. I don't think I could do it.
No. What about the nuts?
Death nut.
Smash it out, 9 points all to yourself.
It's a big bag of nuts as well. It's not just like it's a handful. It's like 20 peanuts per packet. Plus all the dust, plus all the chili infusion.
You got to eat all the dust as well.
You basically empty the bag into your mouth. Here we are. Level 1 is Datil peppers and West Indies Scotch bonnet. Level 2 is ghost peppers and 7-pot brain strain. Level 3 is a double shot of ghost and 7-pot douglas. Level 4 is a double shot of Carolina Reaper, a double shot of 7-pot brain strain and Trinidad Moruga scorpion. And then level 5 is a triple shot of Carolina Reaper, a double shot of Trinidad Moruga scorpion, an explosive 7-pot primo pepper, and 16 million capsaicin crystals.
Nice.
And that, I'm not sure whether it's 30 seconds between each pack and then 5-minute afterburn. Yeah, chew each contents of the bag for 10 seconds, wait 30 seconds between advancing to the next level. After consuming level 5, you must endure 5 minutes after session.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll get it done, like maybe half. But
Have to drag Scott into it with you and do the 2-person version.
I did offer him when I got it, did he want to? He was nowhere near where he is now when I got the box. So I was meant to get a Tube of Terror.
Yeah.
Which is the Tube of Terror.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, somehow I ordered Death Nuts instead of the Tube of Terror. But that's got Carolina Reaper, 7-part, Scorpion, Ghost, and 13 million Goville crystals. And that one is a 15-minute challenge. You've got 10 minutes to eat the tube. Whether you eat the tube under 10 minutes or not, you've got to wait that 10 minutes and then a 5-minute afterburn. Oh, that did not taste nice.
You getting that hint of apple?
No. It'd be nice if I did. It doesn't even. You can smell the apple and lime.
But it
Now,
just tastes like pure chili, doesn't it?
yeah.
Oh. How's your stomach feeling now?
Getting there.
Chocolate milk is helping, though, he says.
Yeah.
Chocolate milk always helps.
So what you're saying is a half pound of chocolate after that shot would be perfectly fine then, yeah?
Now, do you know what? I couldn't sit and eat a half a pound of chocolate. Just like on a normal day, let alone straight after doing a chili challenge or something like that. And forget having that chocolate packed with chili as well. Just not, no. Fair play to you, dude. I couldn't do what you do.
I sometimes think I can't do what I do.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like my spicy stuff to a point. I don't like it when it becomes overly uncomfortable. And you have gone way past uncomfortable. Oh, Scott.
He's making like these templates, putting enclosures to step out air holes
All right, okay.
and stuff you up.
That's a good shout.
Gutted about that Metallica.
Yeah, man. Sorry to hear about that. That was a bit of a shitter for today, wasn't it?
I had my Balfouri go, was it last week? I can't remember. And then this morning, my Metallica.
Yeah. Sucks, dude. I feel your pain, though. I don't know if you caught it earlier on, but we were saying I lost a couple of Balfouris out of my communal, and then found the Hattie purple female dead as well, which was a proper kick in the nutsack. Like 2 secs, I need to turn this fucking alarm off.
Oh, is that yours? I was wondering, like, well, where's that beeping coming from? I'm looking around, like, is nothing decent?
It's Russia coming for us. Are we okay to joke about that? You know,
Joke about what? What did I miss there?
Stephen was saying about the beep and he didn't know what it was. I said, "Is it Russia coming for us?" And I said, am I allowed to make jokes about that? Or you know,
it's my issued early warning system going off in the background.
Oh, at least we've got you for an early warning. Then that's all good by me. Hey, all these people that are missing out in the chat, you see. God.
Is there anyone even left in chat?
Just one.
Which is probably me.
Or possibly Scott if he's still there. I don't know how you guys feel tonight. Now it says 0. Scott gone. Nope, it's not me. So yeah, I don't know how you guys feel, but it's not super late. But we've got nobody in the chat at the moment. I'm quite tired, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and.
So if you guys are
up in a
happy,
corner somewhere,
in the fetal position, and
More than likely,
rocking back,
lying like this on the bathroom floor.
yeah,
rocking backwards and forwards,
just waiting as the waves
contemplating
of
life's
stomach cramps
choices.
wash over.
How
It
did I
doesn't
get to this
be
stage?
as bad if I purge. But now that it's out, I hope that it's not going to come and revisit me late
Yeah.
tonight.
Nah, you should be all right now.
Yeah. It's easy stuff. It's not too bad. I can still feel it. I
Yeah.
better not do that. That's all right.
But what you're feeling, and this is the horrible thing about it as well, because that pain that you're feeling is the corrosive level of the chili chewing its way at your stomach lining.
But it's all to fun.
it's like what you're doing to yourself is giving yourself the worst case of heartburn imaginable on purpose. See, there's other bits and pieces as well that you start learning when you start getting into things like making your own chili sauces and learning about how capsaicin works and why it affects people the way it affects and stuff like that. And the bit that always makes me laugh is how people, in preparation for drink, like for doing chili challenges and stuff like that, will drink milk.
Mm.
And yes, okay, it sort of lines the stomach and it helps to sort everything out and that sort of stuff. But you know, capsaicin is actually an oil soluble thing. It's not water soluble, so that's why drinking water doesn't help, because it only breaks down in oil. But the other side of it as well is, depending on the type of oil and depending on the type of fat, sometimes all it does is allow it to transfer and transmit more. So when you line your mouth with anything that's kind of oily and you eat chilies, it actually gets to your taste buds and stuff quicker because it transmits in the oil.
Yeah. I've just had a Google, and I've just found when capsaicin enters the stomach, it can stimulate the production of gastric mucus and temporarily speed up metabolism. As your stomach works to digest the spicy food, you may experience pain or cramping, but it doesn't actually cause damage. It just mimics the damage.
So the acid that your stomach is producing, as long as it's got something in there to work on, it's fine. Yeah. It's when there's nothing in there for it to work on,
then you'll cause yourself some harm.
Causes issues, which is why it's not good to do chili challenges on an empty stomach. But you think about it, people that develop stomach ulcers and stuff like that is because an excess of stomach acid has been produced, and it's eaten away at the lining of their stomach to create an ulcer. So the chili stimulating the production of that, be surprised. There's a high rate of stomach ulcers in chili challenges. So you have to look after yourself. Make sure you're not doing it on an empty stomach. Make sure you eat properly.
Oh no, never again. I did a challenge on an empty stomach, and yeah, never again.
I can only imagine the pain.
Right, prep for this, I had some nuggets, some toast, a bacon sandwich, and some rice pudding just before I come on.
Rice pudding's good. In fact, one of the best things to eat with any kind of chili challenges and stuff like that, one of the best things to eat is rice and pasta. Because it stays in your stomach for a little while and it soaks up a lot of what you take down afterwards. So it can help to bind everything in your stomach and move it along. So the downside of it is you end up feeling like super, super bloated at the end of it.
Yeah. I've got to admit, when I finished that bowl, I was like, oh God, can I be asked to do the challenge now? Like this. No, I'm doing it.
That was a good effort, man, and you could like clearly see that you were not in a good place.
See, everyone kept telling me like, "Oh, don't do it, don't do it." It's like seriously the worst challenge that League of Fire has ever done. I'm like, it's all right. It's like chocolate scorpion. I mean, yeah, they're gonna be hot, but
not compared to 13 million Scoville crystals.
When I had fresh scorpions and fresh ghost pods and fresh reapers, I was eating them fine. Yes, I'd get a burn and I'd get an endorphin rush, but I'd eat it fine, give it 5-10 minutes. I guess challenge products ain't made to be fun, are they?
So definitely the worst so far, yeah?
Hey, Tyler.
Hey, Tyler, how you doing?
Evening, Tyler.
You missed it.
Oh, don't worry, she'll watch back.
Rewind.
See, now we've said like, oh, it's dead tonight. Let's call it a night early. People are going to start turning up, aren't they?
Well, it's Tyler's fault for not being here at the start. You know, where's she been? Eh?
So what's in this one, Tyler?
Right. Alright, give us a sec. I'm just going to let Doug out.
Yeah, no worries, bud.
So
You
that's why she's
you
late.
can't drop a hint like that and then make us wait. That's not fair.
You know, that's as bad as some YouTubers, isn't it? You know, I'll tell you I've got something, but I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Yeah. Nige says I have to wait. Oh. Mm.
Wait until when?
Yeah. When do we get to find out?
You know, what? Have you got to go to theirs to find out? Or what? Do you think Stefan's gone out with the dog?
Probably.
He stood outside going, not giving much away there. Birthday
No.
box. Hey. What? This big.
Well, as it's coming through the post, it kind of like you assume it's going to be something alive. It's on my list. That's a big list. Oh, welcome back, Sidex.
Everyone's coming back now. You have to rewind it. Actually,
Yes. Well, we said it would start with just a few, and then it would escalate to some more.
And that's generally how it happens.
So, what are you doing about your fasciata then, Tom?
I'll message her tomorrow. See what happens.
I'll wait for the screenshot to come through on the group chat of the order confirmation.
Shame they're not open at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
You'd be there waiting, wouldn't you?
But no, that's the only thing is obviously they're open the times that I'm working. So
yeah, you see, I'd have to conveniently have like a medical appointment or something in the morning, and I have to come into work a couple of hours late.
yeah, I might just have to try that one.
Yeah, got to be a bit late in tomorrow. I've got an appointment.
For what? The appointment with myself.
It's an appointment for my health.
For my addiction.
Yeah, my mental health, because if I don't get it, I'll go crazy. Although I think depending on what environment you worked into, if you said to somebody, "Look, I'm going to be late in tomorrow because I've got an appointment," they were like, "What's the appointment for?" I'd be like, "Mind your own damn business."
But yeah, that would then make it 5 confirmed females out of the 14 of the species.
See, I haven't like gone crazy with the pokey collection and tried to get one of everything, but all of my pokies, bar the one that I specifically bought as a male, are all female.
Well, that was the thing, obviously.
Regardless.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
trying to find a Smithy or a Hannah a Smeka or even a Highland female. Lowlands come up occasionally, but trying to find one of those 3 as a female.
Yeah. I got the last one that was available.
Oh no.
So what have I got now? I've got 2 female Regalis. I've got the Tigrina Veseli. I've got an Ornata female. I've got a Miranda female. I've got a Metallica female. I'm sure I'm missing one.
And your Lowland.
Yes, there we go. The most important one, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Lowland female, yeah.
As it stands at the minute, I've got the Tigre Waselli, Miranda, Vitata, and Lowland. And I'm like almost 100% sure that at least one of the 2 biggest Regalis I've got is a female as well.
Yeah.
And everything else from that is basically sling to grown on sling.
Yeah. Although with your Regalis, they're relatively easy to tell when they're sub-adults. You can, because you got that little folio on the abdomen, in the white band. That with males, the dark section in the center of that stays dark right the way through until they mature. Obviously, with the females, that dark folio down the center of the white pattern on the abdomen slowly fades to a very light grey color as they get older, until eventually you have their maturing molt, if you like, and then it goes completely.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I've not been able to get a good look of one of them, but the other one I believe to be female. So
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting there with the pokies. As I say, there's obviously, I mean, they do come up, but
Yeah.
it's very few and far between. But with the fasciata, that is, you know, I've got at least one of everything.
Yeah.
And then it might be moving on to Avix, which yeah, even
Good luck.
worse. Yeah. Yeah. But
Are we just sticking with the Avicularia genus though, or are you going to go a little bit broader and go for the related species as well?
I don't know. I'm thinking just sticking with Avix to start with, and then
Diversifying, spreading out to like Ibrapora, Carabena. You've got obviously already.
Yeah.
What else is there? Typhocleana comes under the same subfamily.
Because what I'm thinking in my head is, if I just stick with the Avix, then it means then I'm going to be spending months and months and months trying to find one spider, and truthfully, I shouldn't buy anything else in between that time.
Yeah, but we know that doesn't work.
Yeah. I mean, at the minute, all I've got so far is 2 Avix slings. Just standard, run-of-the-mill Avix.
Yeah.
So you find some side X, and yeah, I'll come to you for them. There'd be Pokemugs before that, though. Do you want to share that for Scott?
What I'm thinking in my head is, if I just stick with the Avix, then it means then I'm going to be spending months and months and months trying to find one spider, and truthfully.
Right, let me. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Hey, he's got baby scorpions.
All little bubbers.
Awesome.
Hey, Scott. Jesus.
Yeah, make sure you provide plenty of food for the female at this stage, because scorpions are really good at suddenly getting super bored of the things that you put in there and just suddenly eating all their babies.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as they've had their first molt, it's definitely worth separating them all out.
Yeah, so it might be Avix or it might be Flamingo Chilis.
Yeah. I think for the Flamingo Chilis, I just want the Sable Blue.
Yeah.
But again, I'll just wait until they come down in price a bit, because they're still rather expensive.
Yeah, 60 to 75 quid.
Yeah, and I don't buy slings. So.
No, I'm trying not to now. But as you know, I forget the pokey slings now because, as I've said many times, but anything else now, I try not to buy slings.
Yeah.
Juvie or bigger now.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do if I buy. We'll try and look for grown on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I must admit, I haven't done any real research into how many how many there are in the other genuses.
Yeah.
Now, how is that going? Okay.
Yeah, you don't see them come up very often now, Sidex. Can't even remember what it is that I've got. So yeah, somewhere in there, I've got an Arboricola in amongst all of that mess.
Yeah.
But I think that's the only one in that genus that I've got.
Yeah. What's on my what's left on my wish list now? As Sidex mentioned earlier on, the Haploclastus Stavamatha. Definitely will have one of those at some stage. Yeah. Nice feed. Yeah. Haploclastus Stavamatha, Saba Blue, Syricosmus Rite, Syricosmus elegans. Again, like Sidex said earlier on, Rufilata would be nice to add to the pokies. Got to love a red slate ornamental.
Oh, I've got 2 of those, and they're good size at the minute.
Yeah. What else? What else? I think, you know what, that's probably about it, to be fair. Megaphobema robustum. That's on my wish list as well. And again, like I said, I know a lot of these, they're not super rare and super hard to find, but generally when they become available, they're usually only available as slings. And like I said, I don't buy slings anymore. I try and purposely get confirmed females where I can, or at least ones that are at the stage sort of big enough where you can, you know, have a good look ventrally and go, yeah, I think it's a girl, there's a good chance. See why everyone else is getting all the spiders that I want.
Well, I don't know if you'll be able to sex it or not. The little elegance.
Okay. Yeah, I could sex that. Yeah,
I mean,
abdomen skin doesn't look like it's been too chewed up. It's just a little bit dried, so that would fold out quite nicely. And so I've got a digital microscope that plugs into via USB that you can definitely pick up the detail. You need to pick up on that.
Well, it's definitely big enough to know whether or not.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that size, it's not exactly a spiderling anymore, is it?
Oh no, I mean, I'd say that's coming on a good inch now.
Yeah, so that's a juvenile now.
Yeah,
they only top out at what, 2.5, 3 inch at most.
Something like that. Yeah. Although I did miss it the other day, I fed my centipede.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you ever watched these guys eat, or I don't know whether or not it was just a rare thing or what, but when it had caught its prey, all it was doing was the tail was just literally like waving around, but it was one would go and then the other one would go. It weren't like moving simultaneously like that together. Like you'd have one and then the other, and so like it was almost like a little pendulum swing almost going on with the tail.
That's mental.
And I missed it.
Yeah, you should definitely get one. They're very, very handy bits of kit. And they're not expensive now either. I mean, I think when I bought my first one, I think that was quite expensive. And I bought that second hand at like one of the BTS shows, like, I don't know, 12 years ago. And then the second one I bought was a bit more recent, and I bought that brand new. And the difference in quality as well over the past 10 years is phenomenal. I paid a fraction of what I paid for the first one, and the new one's so much better. I've still got the old one; it's just not very good, and I paid a lot of money for it.
Yeah, well, there's our little thing.
It clips on your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they work, and actually you can get the more powerful versions as well. So that's just like a super macro filter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can actually get a proper microscope filter for a camera, for like camera phone as well.
I see this.
Ooh, fishies.
Restate it. There you go.
Oh, fishies. Huh. I love angelfish.
There you
Huh.
No, I thought about getting one of the microscopes, but I can't be bothered to fiddle around with little, bolts and.
It does take a little bit of finesse and a lot of patience. I mean, to be fair, the first couple of times of like trying to do really, really tiny molds, I ended up just tearing them to pieces and getting really frustrated with myself. And then I found that because I paint like Warhammer figures and stuff, so I ended up getting out a couple of the little, sort of like 2-0 paintbrushes.
Yeah.
And using a pair of those to manipulate it and move it apart, and I found that was so much easier.
Right, about 2 inches and over. That's fine by me. I'll sex it after that.
Yeah, I've just done a Theraphosa Sturmai, and I'll show you the mold.
Yeah, as I say, that's a lot smaller than the one that I done. I mean.
Yeah.
And even that one, I was just like, oh, still seems a bit small, really, for me to even bother with.
In fact, tell a lie, that's not even the Sturmai one. That's the Apophysis one. That's the Apophysis. The Sturmai one, I don't have it. It's too small. It was smaller than that. Sidex, that's just age, mate. That gets to us all at some stage.
Just like when you're looking at your phone and you're trying to, see the rest of the picture, and
looking behind it.
Yeah.
It's like a caveman seeing a TV for the first time, isn't it? Like looking behind it, trying to work out where the pictures are coming from.
What do you mean there's no man stood behind it?
Mine should have videos of the cats you see as well that are watching someone on the screen and then just go behind it.
Yeah. See, my dog does that. You know how like cats chase lasers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, Fenn's just as mad as a cat chasing like lasers and torches if you shine them on the floor. And one of the most amazing things in the world is when you shine it onto your hand, and then close your hand, turn it off, and then open your hand again. And he jumps and he's waiting for it like it's going to be in your hand when you open your hand. And then the look he gets on his face is just absolutely unreal. He's like, "Where's he gone?" Looks underneath and like sniffing around, looking everywhere for it. He's like, "Where did it go?" You can't figure it out. Even if he sees you shining it on the floor, you still can't figure it out. Yeah. But yeah, I've stood at it because I've got one of those digital thermometers that's got the laser on it.
Yeah.
The amount of times I stand at the end of the hall and just like figure of eights with that, making him run up and down and backwards and forwards, he just goes mental. And that's funny watching a dog the size of Fenn just like chasing a laser light on the floor. It's crazy.
That's a picture. Funny enough, doing it with a cat that's like this, let alone a German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, he's got quite a wide turning circle as well. So obviously in the narrow hallway, when you're like spinning it round and he's trying to run round in a circle to chase it, it's hilarious. That's probably cruel, actually. It is funny. He's not been out to say hello tonight, has he? Makes a change. He's normally up here trying to say hello to everyone.
Got saying, should I put a chili plant in my scorpion?
If you want. They won't eat it.
Well,
The crickets and stuff you put in there to feed it might eat it, but they probably will just eat the leaves and stuff.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Few of my plants are getting quite big.
Yeah?
No flowers yet, but they're getting pretty big. Had them going in about August, September.
Yeah.
Started some proper early because you're obviously meant to start them like typically like 1st of January. They say planting season.
Yeah.
Oh god, that hamster group. I left that last week. I kept getting so has posted in hamsters for you or whatever. Okay, am I still here?
See, I barely keep track of Facebook. I don't have any of my notifications for Facebook turned on or anything.
Hmm.
I only find out what's been going on when I get a chance to go in there, which is not very often.
My goodness, fine. Is that a chili plant or just a plant?
Yeah, I assume he's talking about a chili plant.
Hmm.
Oh. Scott's a convert now. He's still in the hamster groups. He's like, I think I might get a hamster. The kind of plant the police ranger for, yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, they should produce this year.
But I don't know what they are. Could be a mix of a couple.
Have you looked into how to hybridize them as well?
Not properly, but I've an idea how to.
Have a look at like some of the videos on YouTube for it. It's a really simple process.
Hmm.
People think it's like really complicated to hybridize chilies, but it's really not.
Literally just take pollen off of one and put it on another.
Yeah, pretty much.
We'll see if they flower. Okay.
Scott's. Scott sent a little video of his chili plants. They're looking quite good as well. Some
Yeah,
decent sized chili plants there.
I saw it. The kind of plant that the police breed before. There is a few people in there's a chili group I'm in on Facebook. People have actually had police come because they think they grow in.
Yeah.
It's like, there was one story I saw a guy, he was like, he had police come round or something, and they just see a cupboard with like glowing lights in it, and he's proper staring the cupboard down, and the guy's just like, you want to know what's in there, don't you? Like, I'll gladly show you, but you want to know what's in there, don't you? And apparently he's like, yeah, what's in there? It's just chili.
Want to buy some chilies, mate? Want to buy some chilies?
Standing there with a big jacket. Want to buy?
We got Reapers, habaneros.
Like a dodgy watch dealer, isn't it, really?
Got 2 for 1 on them Scotch bonnets if you want. 20 grand.
$20 a gram. That's some expensive chili, that like.
Like what? 8 pod, 2 pod?
It's not even that. A gram, that's probably like half a pod. Depending on the size of the pod.
These are just the chili plants, officer. The other plants are in my loft.
See, I've been waiting for the day that I get the knock on the door because they've had the thermal imaging cameras going across the top and they're seeing the amount of heat that radiates out of my garage. Like, first and foremost, I've got the Royal Python room in the garage, which is an artificially heated room in a garage that's got no other heating. So during a cold night, that thing will light up like a Christmas tree on an infrared display. And then obviously we've got like the forge when it's been going and stuff like that.
Often goes into loft, it's all pop up.
Pothos and philodendrons. See, I think the key to that is they only pick up on the heat inside the room if it's not well insulated. So I've obviously done a good job of insulating that room. Just a little bit of heat coming out the cracks here and there. Although not looking forward to what like energy prices are going to be like pretty soon.
Yeah.
That's going to be a kick in the nuts. They reckon mine's going up by £1,300 a year.
I've heard a lot of people saying about around the £1,000 mark, so
yeah, so that breaks down over 12 months, £1,300 a year. It's just over £100 a month extra.
yeah.
So they need to start doing some haggling with these suppliers of natural gas. See, when you look into it as well and you work out why the prices have skyrocketed so much, you start thinking to yourself, these natural gas, companies that are like drilling for natural gases and all that sort of stuff are just taking the fucking piss. Because what they've done is they've realised that with all this kicking off with Ukraine and everything else, because obviously a lot of natural gas wells and that sort of stuff are up north of fucking Russia and that sort of stuff. So they import a fair bit of it out. To be fair, we don't get a lot of ours from Russia. We only get a small proportion of ours from Russia. But because they've cut off that side of the market and the rest of the world's gone the way it's gone, they've realised that there is now a bigger demand on a smaller supply. So they've reduced the amount that they're supplying and quadrupled the price of it. So people are even more desperate to buy it. Energy companies are even more desperate to have it as their main supply and that sort of stuff. They have to pay through the nose for it. So these companies that are producing it, it's not that they're not producing as much. They've deliberately slowed down on their production so they can corner the market and get more money. It's disgusting. Exactly like Scott said, it's like petrol. And that's what they've been doing, exactly the same thing. And what they're doing with the oil wells and that sort of stuff, the same sketch. They're still producing the same amount of oil, but instead of supplying 80% of what they pull out of the ground and storing 20%, they're now only supplying 50% of what they pull out of the ground and storing the other 50%. So they're building up a stockpile of it so that they control the market value. No, absolutely. You know, for people on like low to medium income households and stuff like that, to keep your house warm and not freeze in the winter, especially for those people who have got young children and stuff like that who need to keep the heating on, you know, it's going to be an absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. And it's going to be so difficult for people to stay out of debt, just like Sidex has said there. And these little government schemes, have you seen the government schemes? Like a one-off council tax rebate of 250 quid to help with the energy crisis. Where's that 250 quid going to go? That would cover the extra I'm going to have to pay on my bills for 2.5 months.
Yeah, but you're sort of, December and January. What else do you want?
I mean, the bonus is that it's come at the right time of year. So, all right, we've still got like April, May to get out of the way, but come June, July, August, things will start warming up. There should be no requirement to have like your gas central heating on and stuff like that. Or if you live in a house that's got electric central heating or oil central heating, that sort of stuff, you won't have to worry too much about having heat on. It would just be, for us reptile keepers, it's the individual enclosures that we need to heat to maintain the temperature. But my house is so well insulated during the summer, inside temperatures, none of my heating elements or anything ever come on because temperatures in these rooms can push 30, 32 degrees sometimes, you know. So from that side of it is, you know, but then the other side of it, the other side of it is, just shocking. You know, it's the electricity, and everyone's like, yeah, but gas prices have gone through the roof. Why is everyone paying more for electricity? And that's because electricity is produced by burning natural gases. So they're having to pay more.
No, it's not, is it?
Yeah. She's like, wow, brilliant. So yeah, it's just as expensive. The electricity bill has gone up just as much. So even though I'm not using the central heating, it's like fantastic. Hey, Rennie and Jojo, how you doing, guys? Long time no see.
Good evening to you.
Yeah. Scott, buy lots of Snuggies and blankets, which is great for the humans in the house. But I'm not going to get a Snuggie or a blanket on my bearded dragon.
or on your tarantula for that fact.
You
Yeah.
look hard enough, someone's probably making them.
Corner the market there, getting early.
Renault Joe.
Oh no, just like the cost of living has gone up so much. Like what people are getting paid for the work they're doing hasn't gone up by that much. It's just becoming so much more expensive to just survive now. It's nuts. So those people that are thinking, you know what, I can do a medium wage job, and yeah, do you know what? I can make ends meet and still have a little bit left over for. Nah, not happening now. Not happening. If you're on a medium wage job, you're gonna just about make ends meet at best. And then God forbid you've got expensive hobbies and stuff like that as well.
Which, of course, none of us lot have.
No, of course. And this is the thing that genuinely breaks my heart. And this is the thing that genuinely worries me about all of this, is that there are people out there that have got large collections of reptiles and all that sort of stuff. And they're now going to find themselves in a position where they cannot afford to keep them anymore, which means there is going to be a huge influx of unwanted pets and all that sort of stuff hitting the markets now. And that is the sad reality of it from a reptile keeper's perspective.
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking, that. People that are going to have to give up their collections and have to give up their hobby because of just the cost of maintaining it now.
Yeah, I must admit, I'm quite lucky in the sense that, you know, everything in this room doesn't need extra heat or anything like that. The only thing that I've got is the Pac-Man and the tortoise out on the other side of the conservatory.
Is there any specific sub-adult males or mature males you're looking for, guys?
I'm just laughing at the spot. Right.
I mean, truthfully, the only mature males I've got a Grammostola Polkrights and a Balfury.
I've still got my Aminia.
Well, I've got an Aminia, but I want to try and pair him with my female first.
Mm.
And I've still got Jeremy's David Bowie male here. But that's on loan, so...
Yeah. What have I got males-wise? None of them are mature. They're all like sub-adults or large juveniles. But I've got Theraphosa apophysis. Got a juvenile T. sturmi. I've got a sub-adult male P. metallica. That's about it for stuff that I don't actually have plans for.
No Emurinus male here.
No,
I don't even
sadly.
own a Emurinus.
I don't.
No, don't own a Victoria anymore. My grown on sling died. Don't own a Somani.
I have a small sub-adult male Aphanopelmis Simanoi.
The Cambridge Eye male that I did have passed away. Don't know why. Poor Terry. Yeah. Good luck. I have 2 slings of poor Terry. Oh no, mine are Rosea. Rosea red.
Oh.
I haven't got any of them.
Only if I can have him back when he's mature. Because I've got a girlfriend here for him as well. She'll be good to go her next molt, but I think he's probably got another couple of molts to go before he's mature. Although saying that, Aphanopelmis Simanoi males are quite small, so we could so he could end up maturing out on his next one.
So he's already in high demand. Look.
Hey, I'm happy to share. I don't mind sharing. Yeah, once he's done his business for me, you're more than welcome to him.
No.
Absolutely, sharing is caring. Now, you know what? You can have him. Like I said, once he's done what he needs to do for me, he's yours. I'm not worried about a loan or anything like that. You're welcome to him. Got to look after each other in this hobby. I say it's no use to me after he's done his deed and that sort of stuff. So, yeah, if you guys can make use of him, you are absolutely more than welcome to him. I'll be happy knowing that he's, fulfilling the purpose that he was put on this earth for. Yeah, sadly, I'm on the lookout for quite a few males as well. To be fair, although Scott, who was it that I saw? No, it wasn't. I don't know. It was now. No. Yeah. On your search for males, guys, if you come across a Chilobrachys huahinii or a Chilobrachys fimbriatus or a Tharophosa blondie or and Armenia.
I don't know if you saw, but I did tag you in a Bomber Horrida mature
that-
male
Was that on Facebook?
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't do Facebook. So I'll see the tag when I next log in and go through my notifications, by which time it have been long gone. Generally the way it works when you tag me and stuff.
Yeah.
However, have you not got one sat there that's like
Yeah,
potentially
he's
sex
still.
mold? So
Oh yeah, he's still here as well.
yeah. Yeah, the Hui Hin is a nightmare. So at one of the shows a little while ago, Portsmouth Tarantulas had an enormous table full of Chilobrachys Hui Hinais. And there I was looking for, and I was like, any chance any of these are going to be male? And they were like, yeah, quite possibly. So, all right, fine. While you've got them, as you're selling them on and that sort of stuff, if any of them happen to mature out and that sort of sketch, let us know, and I'll have the mail off you. Left it a little while, messaged them back about couple of months afterwards. I don't suppose any of those Hui Hinais turned out to be male, did they? They were like, you ain't going to believe this, but every single one of them was female. You're like, really? They can't be that hard to get hold of.
Yeah. Sure, I spotted someone on Facebook, but can't remember now.
Oh no! So there's a few male pokies I'm after as well. Namely a Miranda and a Subfusca Lowland.
Yeah, well, my Miranda male obviously went to Dave Fisher.
Yeah. I think he went before I had the female anyway, so.
And Lowland, I've only really come across 3 so far.
Yeah, you've tagged me in 2 posts and I've missed both of them.
Yeah, well, there's something that don't come up very often as well, are they really?
No. Well, I've got a mature male Regalis that's going in with my adult female very soon. So if anybody needs, provided he survives, of course, if anybody needs a mature male Regalis, I've got one that might be going soon.
No, I probably won't. Even if I do find out that I've got a female regardless, I probably won't end up breeding her. Should just be a show pokey, if you wish.
Yeah. Oh, so actually, if they've got, I'm just thinking that it's just that I've got a sub-adult male Regalis. So I've got the adult female that's ready to go now, and I've got another female that will be ready to go probably after her next molt. So the mature male I've got won't last for both of them. What else? Oh yeah, no. There's another couple of males. I need a male Stromatopelma calceatum. And a male HMAC.
I'm sure I saw a post on one of them 2 as well.
Yeah. S Calciatum and HMAC, both of them are just pure evil.
I
They
have
are amazing.
both, but they're only like about an inch.
Oh.
But yeah, I can't wait for the fun with them.
Great fun.
Anyone want NS cows?
Want what? Sorry.
NS cows. Apparently Scott's ordering me 10.
Oh, it's so funny when tiny little slings throw you a little fret pose, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
But you look, you say, "Oh, look at you!"
Well, her mom did it to me the other day. It's only about this big.
Yeah.
Open the top up. It's like, well, okay.
So cute.
Yeah, one of my little Harpacteria pulchrites was like that.
Yeah.
Take the lid off to give it some water.
Is somebody angry? Oh.
The other three, I've never had any problems with. Always been the same one.
Oh, there you go. There's another male that I need. GBB.
I think mine might be male, but it's no way near mature.
I got an adult female. She needs a boyfriend.
The only ones I know so far are my Kylie Hair's female, my Armenia's male, and I'm pretty sure my GBB's male.
Did you say Amenia's male?
Yeah, Armenia.
How big is it?
I'm pretty sure it's mature.
I want it. I've got an adult female.
Alright. I've been trying to find someone with a female Armenia for ages. I mean, Perry was going to take him off me. Never did. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Sort
No,
of
I got an adult female, so
awesome.
sorted.
Sweet.
Oh no.
Adult female going for 40 quid. Yeah, I love my Armenia. It's just my favourite spider. It's a shame mine ended up male
Yeah.
and all plain and boring.
Well, the easiest way to tell whether or not it's mature, is it still black or is it gone a grey colour?
It's all fuzzy and quite cleaner.
Yeah, they don't keep their colours, unfortunately, as males. They tend to dull out and go a muddy grey.
Yeah. He hardly ever comes out, but I'm pretty sure he's hooked out.
How long has he been mature for, do you reckon?
Hmm. And, no, that was December.
Yeah, he's definitely a mature male.
Yeah, that was December. So yeah, a good couple of months.
Still feeding and all that sort of stuff, no dramas.
When it wants to.
They'll be a bit fussy with food when they mature, sadly.
Yeah.
It didn't eat it didn't work. Sunday I offered, it didn't eat, but last week it did.
Cool. Should still be viable. We'll have to sort out getting him packaged up and posted out, dude.
Yeah. I've got everything to sort that.
Yeah, I'll cover the postage for that as well. That's
And I keep the boxes and everything.
if it all works out, we'll do a breeding loan if you want.
Yeah, whichever.
So it's up to you how you want to play that. If he works out, we get the sack, and I can sort it out at this end. I can send you a few for yourself to grow on, or I can send you half of them and you can sell them on and post them out, or I can do that side of it and just give you half the money I get from them. It's up to you. He's like, you do the work, I'll just get paid.
I like this. What other males can I send you?
Yeah, we've got something.
Yeah, we'll have a chat offline about it, mate.
Trying to get that hot sauce sent out to me as well.
Yeah, what's that? 6 months now? It's been sat in the fridge waiting for you.
Give or take.
At least it's fermenting.
It's in the fridge. It'll last absolutely fine. It's like I said, it's already preserved and stuff. It's not been opened since I bottled it, so it's still a brand new bottle, and it's the last one. I keep eyeing it up, and he's like, "No, Stefan wanted that."
I just get a message one day. I'm sorry, dude. I opened it.
You almost had competition for it a couple of weeks back, because one of my mates who bought a few bottles of the V3 when I did the V3 first, like straight off the bat, like the first couple of bottles that went out the door, came over and he spotted it in the back of the fridge when I was getting the milk out to make him a brew, and he was like, "Oh, you still got some?" I was like, "No." He was like, "No, seriously, mate. I want I'll give you $5 for the bottle." Like, "No, you can't have it. It's spoken for." Start auctioning it off, the last of its batch, like a special aged whiskey or something. So yeah, what was it? The V2. When I did all the little sample bottles of the V2, in fact, Rennie and Jojo got a sample of that as well. Sent them over there.
I have your V1 source to thank for all of this craziness.
Yeah.
That's what
started the roller coaster off, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's my claim to fame.
Right. Don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna have to think about getting off.
Thank you, Tyler.
I think we said that about an hour ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, an hour ago there was nobody in the chat.
And then this happened.
Well, he's got to hang on for the the loyal followers and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And the latecomers turn up right at the end of the stream, Tyler.
Yeah, isn't it? But
Right.
for anyone that has just joined and wasn't here when I was doing it, rewind to maybe what's it, an hour and 20 minutes. So
Yeah, about that. Yeah, skip back about an hour and a half.
hang on.
I think we're only about an hour and a half into the stream. So
Yeah.
it would be.
Yeah, it was just before an hour and a half into the stream. I joined.
So that was 2 hours ago.
Yeah, it is. After that,
Well, not next week, guys. If you turn up next week, you'll be waiting a very long time. We're doing them every 2 weeks at the moment.
yeah, an hour 15 in, I think, is when I start the challenge. So
Skip back and watch
Rewind.
Steph in absolute turmoil.
definitely one of the worst challenges I've done.
Yeah, I could feel the pain just watching. Cool. Right. Side X is off now as well. Take care,
Yeah.
buddy. Thanks for joining.
And thanks to everyone else that has been here.
Yeah, and the guys that are still in the chat, thanks for stopping by. On your way out, please feel free to hit a like on the stream for us. And we will be back 8 o'clock in 2 weeks'
2
time on
weeks.
Tuesday. Hope everyone has a wonderful week and a cracking weekend. Take care, and we will see
And don't go
you.
buying too much till we see you again next time.
Although, we want to hear what everyone's new additions are next time. So
Oh, of course, yeah.
if you do buy anything exciting, come back and tell us. And we will see
Right.
you all later. Take care, everyone.
Take care.
Good night.
And,
Goodbye for now.